Most watches show you the date through a tiny window somewhere on the dial. This one puts the entire month on the dial. This is the a.b.art Freiburg 265 jumping date. It's a German designed watch with sapphire crystal, a Swiss parts Ronda movement, an incredibly thin case, and one of the most unusual date displays I've seen on a watch dial. But being different doesn't necessarily make it good. So let's get this thing out of the box and see if there's any real value. Welcome back to the channel Watch Your Budget, where we unbox and review affordable watches that pack a ton of value. And before we get started, a.b.art did send me this watch free of charge for the review, so this video does include a paid promotion. They didn't pay me to make this video, they haven't seen the video before you, and they didn't give me a script or require me to say anything specific. Everything you hear in this review is my own opinion. Now with that out of the way, let's get this thing out of the box. And speaking of the box, the presentation is top notch. One thing I like about this is that it's an actual bow, fabric wrapped around the box, not like a sticker, which is pretty cool. The box has like a nice texture to it. Definitely gives you the impression of something of quality is going to come out of this box. So let's check it out. All right, here we are. So you have the booklet, product manual, and the warranty. A nice little card here. Again, a nice little textured card. Kind of sets the tone of quality. Even the manual is of good quality here. And this is a adjustment tool for the clasp. And there is the watch. The 265 jumping date by a.b.art. And as you can see here, there's no date window. The entire dial is essentially a date window. All right, let's take a closer look. It's a super thin watch. Look how thin this is. We're going to take it out of the wrapper here in just a second. It does have a Milanese mesh strap. And I got to be honest, this is the first time I've looked at a mesh strap before, held one in my hand. And online, it looks like it's going to be kind of cheap, but this is like actually got a little decent weight to it. It feels better than it looks in pictures. We'll try it on in a few minutes, but check out that red dot with the numbers and the dates next to it. That's pretty cool. We're going to take a little bit closer look. But it's so incredibly thin. All right, cool. Give me a second. Let me get this thing unwrapped real quick. All right, let's get into the jump date feature. So as you can see, you have a red dot here, then you have a bunch of numbers, 31 representing the days of the month. Now what's cool about this, let's see if I can go ahead and set this real quick. Yeah, check this out. So it moves counterclockwise. And and that's by design, what's cool about this, that I like about this, is that you're actually able to kind of see where you are in the month. Instead of it just being a number, it lets you know when you're physically you can see when you're halfway through the month, which is cool because if you have maybe you get paid at the end of the month, maybe you have important appointments at the end of the month, maybe you have something going on at the beginning of the month, kind of lets you know when the halfway mark is there and when you're getting close. I actually like that. That's pretty cool. The face is big. We'll get into the specs here in a second, but it is so freaking thin. Look at that thing. It's got a very European vibe to it. All my American friends probably understand what I'm talking about. It is a Bauhaus design. And I got to be honest with you, I wasn't really 100% sure what Bauhaus was. But then I looked it up and I actually kind of like the concept. It's basically design with function. Not just designing something because it looks good, but it has to have some sort of utility or functional use within the design, and I can get down with that. All right, I want to kind of see how the second hand lines up with the indices and the markers. It's pretty good, depending on the angle you're looking at, but it doesn't line up exactly. As you can see there. That's one thing that I would pay attention to. If you're OCD like me, I like it when everything lines up. Now it does have that Ronda, the Swiss parts Ronda movement, which I looked it up. That movement is only 2.5 millimeters, which is how they can get this in a 6 millimeter. That's only 6 millimeters, guys. I don't know. I'm just fascinated by that. All right, cool. Let's get into the specs real quick because the specs are pretty strong on this watch, and then we'll get into a little bit of the brand history and what we're actually holding in our hand. So it is 41 millimeters in case diameter. The lug to lug is 47 millimeters. Like I said, it is only 6 millimeters thick, and it is a 20 millimeter lug width. And this Milanese strap is 20 millimeters all the way around. It's got a cool little design on the back as well. This is definitely not something you're bringing around water. I would say hand washing, maybe running to your car in the rain. Other than that, I would not expose this very much to water. That's going to be one of the drawbacks. I mean, outside of like, being OCD and the hand not always lining up with the indices exactly, I would say the water resistance is not very strong on this watch, but this is the type of watch. This is a dress watch, guys. You're not really taking this snorkeling, kind of the point of this watch is something that's very, very chic, very simple in design, very functional, very easy to read. I do like the dark face with the lighter indices and the hour markers, and the red date. I'm sorry, the red date jump date is actually pretty cool. I do like the fact that it's different, but it has like an actual purpose, a function to it. I do enjoy that. The overall design is pretty strong. Let me just check out this strap real quick. All right, there it is. Had a little trouble with the clasp there, but we got it taken care of. You see how thin that is. So this is a perfect watch if you're, dressing up, cleaning up as they would say, wearing something with a nice sleeve on it. This is going to go under that sleeve really easy. I can see this being super simple to read, and it does have some nice design elements to it as well. It is sapphire crystal, a flat sapphire, stainless steel case, a Milanese strap. It's pretty cool. I mean, it's not a rugged watch. You're not wearing this on any hikes. It only has 30 meters of water resistance. So keep that in mind. This is definitely on the dressier side of things. I don't want to say this is a fashion watch. I don't want to say it's a fashion watch because I don't think it's necessarily a fashion watch. It's a dress watch with really good design elements to it. So as far as the company goes, it was founded in 1991. a.b.art does have German design roots in the Bauhaus School of Design. It's all about clarity, order, proportion, restraint, form, and function. And then they began their Swiss chapter in the early 2000s with Swiss-made parts, specifically that Ronda movement. Very simple movement. The research I've done on it, it's not going to wow anybody. No one's going to buy the watch because of the movement, to be honest with you. You're getting it because of the cool, different design. Now, how much is a watch like this going to set you back? Well, it wouldn't be on this channel if it wasn't in the budget category, but you can go on their website right now. They might have some deals going on. They might have some discounts going on, but you're looking at about $150 US, give or take $5 depending on the exchange rate. But it's well within the category. Now, as far as quartz go, I'm not the biggest fan of quartz. Quartz aren't my first option when it comes to analog watches. I'm not against it, but I'm always looking towards the automatic and the manual, which, by the way, I believe they do have a manual I saw on their website as well, or a mechanical rather on their website as well. So check that out. And everything I saw on their website should fall within that budget price. Very European design, feels European, it's classy. I don't want to necessarily say it's got a James Bond vibe to it, but it's definitely sophisticated in the design, which is pretty cool. Again, materials, you're looking at stainless steel, sapphire glass, and then that black stainless steel Milanese strap. It's got some, see here on the clasp, got the a.b.art on there. Depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for a simple, classy, timeless is a good word I'd use to describe this watch, design, something that's not going to be very showy, very shiny, but it's going to have a bit of class to it, especially if you're wearing something with a button-down tie suit, something smart, European smart, casual. I feel like this is a perfect watch for that. But again, not a super big fan of the water resistance. Wish the water resistance was at least 50, if not 100 meters. That would make this a little bit more versatile. But again, 30 meters of water resistance is what all you need for the applications and the environment you're probably wearing this watch anyway. But I do love the fact that they put sapphire crystal in there, because there is no protection for that crystal and that watch face. So love the fact that it is sapphire and scratch resistant. So you're getting a pretty solid watch for under $150 or right at $150 US. Really good specs. Super thin, very manageable, very wearable. It's not very heavy. In fact, the Milanese strap might be heavier than the actual case itself. It's really well balanced though. That's the other thing I'll say. When I have it on my wrist, it doesn't feel like it's dial heavy, if that makes sense. Again, my wrists are 6 7/8, so just under 7 inches. You can see that 41 millimeter actually does not look real big because it's well balanced in the entire design. They did a really good job. You could tell that these folks they know what they're doing when they're talking about the design of a watch. And that jump date is super cool. All right, so give me just a second. Let's check out, see if there's some lume on these hands. All right, and so as you can see, we do have lume. Doesn't look like it's the strongest lume in the world, but it gets the job done. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Is this a type of watch that you would wear? Do you have any Milanese straps? I'm curious to know what you guys think about these straps. This is the first one I've ever had on a watch that I've held in my hand. And I'm not 100% sure how I feel about it. I like it. It's not something that's bad. It's just completely different when you're used to rubber straps and leather straps. It does balance the weight really well. I do like that. It balances the weight really well. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I think it's a pretty cool watch for what it is. I don't wear a lot of dress watches. I don't dress up a lot. So I don't know how often I would personally wear a watch like this. This isn't a daily beater by any means. But when you need a black watch that's on the dressier end of things, something simple, I don't know, it checks a lot of boxes off. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications if you haven't. We release a brand new video every single week. And I look forward to seeing you guys around the corner.